In a world where the average AAA game costs about $70 and the average rent price has risen about 70 AAA games, there exists a burgeoning market of free-to-play games which continually push the boundaries of what can be legally constituted as a free sample. Nowhere is this more apparent than with Hoyoverse's 2020 release, Genshin Impact, which, according to Google, has crossed the illustrious price threshold of about $700 million. How then, in a world of DLCs and premium add-ons, can a game with such hefty costs continue to market itself as a free-to-play game? If you somehow missed out on Genshin Impact, you've clearly get out too often, because Genshin has quickly established itself as the king of multiple markets, from an expansive player base, to the top of the mobile charts, to the top of the free-to-play market, and to literally every convention center festering with their characters' cosplays. To achieve this, they combined two key features: being free-to-play and being an actually good game. The sheer quantity and quality of Genshin Impact is staggering. A few times per year, the major content releases occur, adding in massive zone expansions, hundreds of unique characters with their own unique storylines, the playable cast that you've unwillingly learned about through copious amounts of fan art, and thousands of hours worth of dialogue and music for you to enjoy. Like, the soundtrack is over 12 hours at this point, and there's like a bunch of live concerts that they do. There's a reason why Hoyoverse is considered a music company by their fan base. And all of this content is doled out to their adoring fan base for the low cost of $0. Seriously, some of the quests in this game are considered too long and crazy, like the R&R quest, which has you literally sit through hours and hours of dialogue where you help these little cabbage friends, and they reward you by scattering themselves all over the plains and forcing you to tear your hair out while you go look for the last one that you still haven't found. But the insane quality of Genshin goes far beyond the quantity of words. Each major zone expansion adds in a new nation with their own unique culture based off real-world culture and architecture. You know how awesome games like Elden Ring can get away with reusing the same door-pushing, fog gate-walking, critical attacking, patches-looking NPCs in every single game over 10 plus years of development? Genshin Impact, due to drawing from unique cultures from around the world, always have to reinvent their style and assets for every major expansion, lest the Genshin Impact Twitter fandom fall upon them. See what happens if an ancient Chinese gate from Liyue gets reused in the Japanese island nation of Inazuma. It's also why, despite being a mobile game designed for itty-bitty phones, the game can easily take up to 100 gigabytes worth of space. Each new story quest is voiced, and usually well voiced, and every single new playable character is meticulously designed to get you to fall in love with them. It's also very clear that the money made by the game goes back into developing the game, as each new area pushes the boundaries of audio and visuals. Imagine being recruited to the team to work on soft, pastel, generic fantasy Europe in 2020, and then being tasked with creating the vibrant jungle hellscapes found all throughout Sumeru. The quality of the character designs, the world textures, their promotional material, they've just always been improving year after year. Now, how they managed to fund such a large undertaking should be no surprise, as I've managed to dodge the elephant in the room long enough. While you can't deny Genshin Impact's insane value, you also can't deny its shady monetization. Except that's exactly what I'm gonna do, because the inner American capitalist in me has to speak their truth, which is that Genshin Impact isn't even that aggressively monetized. Now, Genshin Impact follows in the line of the Gacha game, meaning that the ability to play with most of the characters is locked behind a 10 pole and an insane, almost oppressive fear of missing out, or FOMO. Now, I don't really care if you think that Gacha is some haram scheme cooked up by Lucifer himself to get good boys to swipe their mom's credit card. The truth is, Genshin misses out on a lot of the conventional monetization tactics. A lot of free-to-play games start to fall into that pay-to-win style of monetization, where your ability to beat content is tied directly to how many dollars you're willing to spend. On the other hand, one of Genshin Impact's biggest complaints is that there isn't any endgame content for you to test your $100 characters on. And while it's true that some characters are more powerful than others, and spending more money will make your character stronger, there's no content that will require any specific character, and no PvP where spending more money will allow you to dominate the competition. Truly, the whales in Genshin Impact are in it for the love of whaling, and I think there's something beautiful in that. Furthermore, one of the most impressive aspects of Genshin Impact's monetization is its lack of skins. Skins are a major part of video game monetization in the modern era, from free-to-play games like Fortnite to $70 AAAs like Call of Duty. Yet, over its 4 years of life, Genshin Impact has very staunchly avoided this, and has only managed to push out about 15 skins over that time. Even more surprising than that is that of those 15 skins, about half of them were given away completely for free. There are literal League of Legends champions with more skins than the entire combined cast of Genshin Impact. And if I haven't convinced you yet, do give Genshin Impact a try. Turns out making free-to-play Breath of the Wild is a pretty good move, especially if you're willing to invest $700 million into it. Also, 100 hours of adventuring and quests is a pretty good deal for $0. And then being tasked with creating the vibrant jungle hellscapes found in Sumeru.